According to cable news, it was the worst political moment in history.
I just want to thank you because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas.
It's just beautiful. But that sent the chatterballs chatterballing.
He seems like he's promoting it with this Pocahontas nonsense. It seems like he can't get off of you. Is he afraid of you?
If somebody came out and talked about white people the way he talks about these other groups, that person would be highly criticized, and rightfully so.
That remark met with stunned silence from everyone in the room, because everyone in that room knew it was a racist slur.
All right, someone should buy stock in fainting couches. So Trump called Liz Warren Pocahontas in a meeting with heroic code talkers. Bad timing, true, but racist, no. For a slur, it must be derogatory to the actual group. Here it was derogatory to a person, Warren, masquerading as part of that group. Trump calling her Pocahontas was in effect saying, I'm here with Native Americans, I know Native Americans, and you, Liz, are no Native American. An old Lloyd Benson favorite. Here's an analogy. Let's say you're Joe Scarborough, and I'm sorry. And you lamely try to play guitar, and then you see him and you say, hey, nice tune, Hendrix. That's not a slur against Jimi Hendrix. It's a jab at Joe, who's making a mockery of Hendrix's art. It's like when Chris Cuomo says something really, really stupidly obvious, and Wolf Blitzer looks at him and says, no Sherlock. Anyway, the experts on all things racist can't see that Liz Warren piggybacks on real Native Americans. But the reflex to shout racist exposes the irrational, emotionally charged bubble these people live in, which then Trump loves trolling. See the fake news trophy, which he says should be given out to the network that lies the most about our most favorite president, which is him, Trump says. And that little joke turned the media into molten jelly.
President Trump stepping up his attacks on the free press.
For the president to tweet what amounts to an assault on journalists who actually risked their lives to report the facts, it's stunning.
Assault. That's an assault. Is that news or a Real Housewives marathon? And when they aren't shrieking, they aren't showing up. Here's Chancey, i.e. Chuck and Nancy, failing to meet with Trump over the tax bill, giving Trump this awesome photo op. Where the hell is Chancey? Maybe they had other plans. Ironing Conyers' pants. Hiding from Al Franken's tongue. Locked in Matt Lauer's office. All right, finally. Last but not least, the other no-show, CNN, boycotting the White House Christmas party. They said, quote, in light of the president's continued attacks on freedom of the press at CNN, we do not feel it is appropriate to celebrate with him. How nice of them. It's like Scrooge pocketing the coal and giving away gold. Thank you, CNN. It's a gift everyone wanted. Now, of course, they did send reporters, which is good. You never know what happens at a Christmas party. Last year, remember Lou Dobbs and the ice sculpture? The emergency room still talks about it. Now, being at Fox News, we love to poke Yuletide fun at CNN. They're the Tiny Tim of news, cute and pious. And have you noticed they must be shown in every airport, or Democrats complain? I wish I could do that with Say Yes to the Dress. But I get CNN. Why attend a party hosted by a guy who constantly insults you? Even if it's in Bill Hemmer's hot tub, it's not worth it. Sorry, Bill. But there are two reasons why CNN should have showed up. First, he is the president, so you should go. Even when Obama complained about FNC, we went. Even Kilmeade came, and everyone hates him. Second, not going suggests a failure to comprehend Trump even after a year of his nonstop trash talk. At this point, if you still take that seriously, you're like Gramps using a rotary phone. Get with the times, CNN. And really, be grateful you're even invited. I wasn't invited to the Christmas party. Everyone else at the 5 and Fox News was. I would have gone, even to play an elf. Let's welcome tonight's glorious guest. Well, grab your pepper spray and body armor, because this guy's a riot. Actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. She is so bright, you can see her from space. The Federalist staff writer, Bree Payton. She's as brassy as I am gassy, and that's a lot. National Review reporter, Catherine Timm. And finally, he can inflate a blimp in 3 breaths. Former bodyguard, my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right. Jamie, good to see you. What do you make of this? What do you make of Trump's overall... how about the Christmas party? Let's start with the Christmas party.
Yeah, and the one thing about Trump, though, that I did just realize, he said, like, I'm your favorite president. Like, he picked a thing where there's only one of it. You know what I mean? Like, that would be like me going, I'm the best comedian in Alaska, because that's where I live. I live in Alaska.
Yes.
We were like, yeah, we know, because you're the only one here.
Right.
But the Christmas party, I'm starting to think, like, if anyone has ever gone to a Christmas party, they're awful. Mm-hmm. And maybe no one wants to go to a Christmas party, and they're just looking to, like, because this happened, I'm boycotting my Christmas party. I'm not going.
Really?
Maybe everyone's just looking for an excuse not to go. I feel like it's going to be, at some point, just Trump all alone with a cake. Yeah. Telling everyone it was packed.
Yes. But you know what, Bree? Who cares, right? I mean, if they don't want to come, like, I wasn't invited, and I would have gone. Meanwhile, my peers are there, Bree. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I think you're right. And also, I think, the media, every time Donald Trump says something slightly negative about them, they take it and run with it for 2 days, right? I mean, CNN hyped the fact that they weren't going to show up at this Christmas party for like a day and a half and milk that as a news cycle. And I mean, this is really why America hates us, right? Like, they hate us for good reason, because when we don't go to Christmas parties, we make a big stink out of it. And that's not what people in Wisconsin do.
You know, Kat, whenever I'm looking at Trump about to say something, like with the Pocahontas thing, you can see in his brain that he's about to jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
Do you notice that? He's like this. He's like, is this the time where I talk about her? It's with Native Americans.
Yeah.
And then he jumps off a cliff. Isn't that what a comedian does? That you are always thinking about jumping off a cliff. Like, everything you say is a risk.
Right, but the interesting thing is he's not a comedian, he's a president, and now a lot of comedians think that they're politicians, and the president is a comedian, and that's just where we live now.
That is so true.
But, again, kind of the wrong time for it. Again, it can't be offensive because she's not actually Native American and has taken resources from people who actually are Native American. So I don't know how she gets on TV and is that upset and people actually book her for that.
Yeah, I know.
I certainly don't understand that. But it would make more sense if the president drank a little bit.
Yeah.
It would just make more sense.
I know he's against alcohol.
Yeah.
I know it is, and people say, he's had family, but this is where all the energy comes from, Tyrus. Like, I don't have a lot of energy at night.
You don't? You never stop talking.
I know. That's about it, though.
Yeah.
I don't do much else, Tyrus.
Don't want to know.
Except stare at your photo.
Okay. There's a question coming?
No.
This is why I don't go to the Christmas parties.
Yeah.
Stuck at a table with him, so.
I love Christmas parties, okay?
Yeah,
You weren't invited either.
No, I wasn't, but I would have gone, even if everyone hated me, because those are the best parties. You just sit in the corner with your cocktail glaring at everyone and play the victim. It's amazing.
Who lives like that?
Me!
I'm not going.
No, you know what the worst thing is, Tyrus? People who say they're invited and then say, I'm not going, right?
I never said I was invited. I'm not going.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people that I know.
I was going to go, but I had a thing. Yeah, what thing would you have that was more important than the president's Christmas party?
Do you think that this is an interesting reversal of a polarized relationship where the media always targeted a public figure? This is the first time that a public figure targets the media, and we don't know how to deal with it?
Well, I'll tell you how I deal with it. Literally, I'm just like, call, bro. I mean, Here's the thing, like this week for Trump, I think has been like it's been so hard because I'm excited about the tax. I think we're going to get the tax going through. I'm excited about that. It looks good, but there's been so many distractions that are just not needed. And I think when you talked about like that pause, that's not him. That's his conscience going, bro, please, no, don't. And then he says it, you know.
Yeah.
And even the thing with the retweets, like he didn't bother to.
That was the problem.
He didn't bother to look at who was sending the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he's focused on all the wrong things. And like, here's the thing about the stuff he put out there, whether it was Pocahontas or the Muslim attacks from the neo-Nazi group in England. The problem is it's going to hurt our agenda because when the travel ban comes back, and I believe it comes back in like 3 weeks, I got another part of it, they're going to use that to hurt our security. Mm-hmm. They're going to say, well, it's about keeping Muslims out, and then a judge is going to say, oh, well, we can't use it. And that's the problem. Some of the stuff is entertaining, but it hurts our agenda in the long run.
Yeah, not all of his tweets are perfect.
No, and he's not. But that's why he was elected. He's not a perfect politician, and we don't want him to be. But sometimes, just you know.
That's where, Jamie, any thoughts?
You really got me thinking now about the look Trump gave. Like, it's really, really funny. You're right. Like, there was that like, he literally looks like, you know, like when you give your dog part of your steak?
Yes.
And he's like...
That's what it is.
You know?
And it's like, that is also the face that you see before people get suspended for a week from a TV show. In my brain, this joke, it could be really funny. And then I say it, and then you get the call, and then you're home for a paid vacation.